What's up guys, Vezuvius here, bringing you another episode of VP Plays. And in this episode I thought we'd play a game that's a little more close to home, if you know what I mean. It's a game I've done a lot of videos in the past, and it's not Halo, I'll say that. And it's a new game. You might not think that, how can he have videos in it already if it's new? I'll tell you. Because today we'll be playing Minecraft Xbox One Edition. Just came out yesterday. When this was recorded anyway. So yeah, we'll give it a try. So I'll create a new world. Yeah, survival, everything seems to be in order there. I'll call it VP Plays, just because that's what we're doing. And I'll leave the seed because, you know, random seeds, it's okay. V Plays will do, I guess. So let's see here. We'll give myself a bonus chest just because I can't. You know, I'd rather have the extra stuff than rummage around with my hands. So let's get started. Now, the Xbox One edition has some major changes from the Xbox 360 editions, and I'll go through them as I spot them. But one general one you can think of is that everything is a lot quicker, a lot faster. And as you saw on the options there, you have the ability to change the world size from large, I think it's large, medium, small, and classic. And classic, I'm guessing, is what 360 used to be like. But the large world is what I've done here. Large means 30. I think it's 32 times bigger than Xbox 360. So if you imagine, like, well, it's either 32 or 36. So if it's 36, imagine an 8 times 8 square of maps from the original. Speaking of maps, one annoying thing about Xbox One Edition is that the map only shows the 360 size map that you're in. So if I were to keep walking this way, I would eventually go off the map and not be able to see where I am. I can only see this section I'm in, which is a bit of a pain. I mean, I'd rather it, you know, show everything, but what are you going to do? Right, let's see if we can find the chest. Spawning in jungles is pretty annoying. It's happened to me before, and you can't see anything. I doubt we'll even find the chest now. I'll look for a little bit, and if we can't find anything, then I'll just have to punch some trees. That'll be the same. Right, it doesn't seem to be showing itself, so the only thing is about this is it can spawn inside the leaves, so it can be practically invisible. So I guess what I'll do is just try and find somewhere to build my house. So I'm going to beat some trees. This looks to be swamp mixed with jungle. You can tell by the different woods. So jungle wood is this horizontal lined wood, whereas normal wood is vertical lines. But anyway, let's just get started, get in some wood, which I'll eventually turn into tools and other things. Maybe we won't focus on building a house right away, as in a proper wooden house with walls and roofs and things. I'll probably just dig into a cliff somewhere and make that my home. Another helpful feature that was introduced in the Xbox One version is that auto-saving no longer stops the game and makes you wait on a loading screen. It now does it just a flicker in the corner of the symbol and it's done. And I'll show you, you actually have the option to disable it if you don't want to, like, if you're playing a bit risky and like you lose all your stuff and then are like, oh, I don't want to look for it. I just want to reload where I saved last. But then you discover it's auto saved just after you died, and you've lost all your stuff. So I think this is enough wood now, and I saw a desert area off to one of these sides, and I don't fancy living in the jungle because the visibility is very low, and I'd rather have somewhere open. So over there looks promising. Seems to be a mountain area here. Let's get the map out and have a look. So yeah, the map is showing some, here we go, some plain area here, this is actually a good spot because it means that we have access to all our necessities without, you know, the low visibility of trees everywhere. Because you know one thing about being in a jungle is that you won't be able to see animals anywhere because they're going to be covered by trees, and if you even hear the sound, it's going to take you a while to track it down. So this way at least you can see your animals and then, you know, find them rather than being lost in the leaves. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to first need to find somewhere, just somewhere basic where I can build a cave house, which is like the first tier of houses. But it looks like there's a cave here. I don't fancy going in though. So I'm going to, I think around here is a good bet. Yep, this looks good right here, this wall looking place. So I will actually first of all I'll make a crafting table and I'll get a pickaxe so I can actually do something, make myself useful. Now I don't want this house to be too big, so I'm just going to go 2 in either direction, so it's 5 by 5 if it allows me to. If there's not, right, it seems to be okay. Another difference with the Xbox One edition is that there's new music, new ambient music in the background. So if you listen closely throughout the video when I'm not yammering on, or the game sounds aren't, you know, too much, then you might be able to hear some of the new music. It's quite different to the, you know, the mellow, relaxing tones that were in 360 edition. There's some quite tense pieces of music with some other different instruments that I haven't heard, which is a good thing, I suppose. Right, so I've finished digging out my hole here, and I'll get my crafting table and I will bring it inside. I got some coal as well, which means I can make some torches, which is a key part of your first night. So I'm going to stick one on the outside, so I can tell where my house is, and then 2 on the inside, just like that. And I saw a sheep over here. Another key thing about your first night is that your first priority should be to make a bed. And I think that's 3 wool. Was it? It might be 2 wool. I'll have to check. Yeah, 3 wool. So you're going to want to find another sheep, or a lot of sheep. But I'm just building up my necessities here now. There was not a real point to us making a bonus chest turn on because we couldn't even find it in the end. So another thing the house needs is a door. I normally place my doors from the inside out, so there's this little space here. And we got some food. Nope. So I'm gonna need to get some food as well. So I'll see if I can track down some animals. See if I can get some pork or some beef or both. So we've got 2 beef from that cow, and this pig gives us 2 pork. So I'm going to run back up to the house, or hole, cave, and I'll cook this, and while it's cooking I'm going to venture out and see if I can find another sheep before sunsets, which is in a short time now. Okay, that should do it. If you can't build a bed by the end of your first night, then it's no problem. It just means you have to wait all night, which can be annoying because you can't do anything. Right, there's a sheep. Luckily, we found a sheep. It's gonna make it much easier. Later on, you can build shears. Oh, are you kidding me? It didn't give any wool. Oh, it did. Just didn't see it. Okay, the sun is setting now, getting darker. You can always tell what time it is because if you look up and you see the sun, that means it's like evening, midday, and then morning is down that side. It's just basically like real life, except the sun doesn't, like, depending where you live, the sun doesn't. It's not low or high in the sky. It's just completely, just goes around completely. It's always it's always the same line. If that makes sense. Right, so let's build a bed now. Need some wood. There we go. Now hopefully there aren't monsters nearby. There aren't. If there are monsters nearby, you won't be able to sleep. But luckily for us, we've got some risk-free area here. And just cook some more food there and eat the ones we've already cooked. Have a good steak breakfast. That should do us for now. Now I'm going to upgrade my tools, seeing as wood tools won't cut it. And I normally just make a set in one go. And then I'm gonna arrange my inventory now. And what I normally do is pickaxe first, then spade. So my utility tools, as I call them, for mining things. Then my axe gets a little more offensive now, and then my sword, which is my primary defense and offense weapon. Then I do my map, and then my torches, and then any other materials that I would be using at the time. So a flint and steel, or a fishing rod, or a hoe, or whatever. So this food's all ready now, and I'm going to just make some more wood here. And some more torches too. Right now we've where is it? Right now we've done all this, we can start building up our supplies so we can move out and try and build a house. Now I'm going to climb up to the top of this mountain here, see if I can get a good view, and I'll show you what the draw distance is like in the new Xbox One edition. Because if you remember in 360 edition, it was very blocky. So things would frequently pop in. See, already now you can see there's no pop in. It's all smooth phasing in. Right, so we got a nice good view from the top of here. There's that desert area I was talking about before. Some more plains over there, and then jungles. Oh, there's quite a big overhang here. Then jungles on that side behind me, and over here there's some forest. And some more plains there. Those plains might be a good place to make a house or over there somewhere as well. But I think there's our best bet. A lot of space for expansion if you want to make a farm, or if you want to keep animals. That's normally a good way to make food. So I'll begin by cutting down some trees. It's good to cut down the same type of one tree, because you don't want your house like multicolours or multicolored wood or anything. Best to have it all one colour. But it's up to you really. If you want that, you can have that. So I'll begin by just taking everything that was here. And the good thing is about this is that you can make a house anywhere. So even if we're in the middle of building our house, we can just dig underground, dig a hole, and live in it. And while I'm here, I might as well get all this coal. Save us looking for it later on when we're short of torches or fuel. If you just saw there, the autosave symbol just blipped up. So you barely even notice it now. There's no wait, there's nothing. Right, is that all of it? Yep. Okay. Now it's just midday, so we've got plenty of time to wander over here and start building our house. So as I'm going to go, I'm going to take some wood. And these trees are all the same, part of the same biome, so the wood will be consistent in colour. We don't want any light coloured planks and dark coloured planks. I'm never sure how much wood to get before making a house. It's always, you can never really guess, because there's a lot of things you need to take into account, like the walls, obviously, floors, roof, doors, other things. So more is good. More is better than less in this situation. So that's what I would advise you to do. Just get a lot of wood. How much have we got? Okay, that should be enough to get started. If you ever need more, we'll just run back here. Yeah, this spot definitely looks good. And as you can see, there's no pop in. It's all just fading in, which makes it a lot nicer aesthetically. Okay, let's find a nice flat bit of land here. This is a good spot. Lots of grass everywhere though, so we'll just get rid of it. If I had a bucket, I could clear it all in one, but because we've only just started, we're going to have to do it manually by hand. And the houses I make are normally quite large in size. They might be large to some people, but to others they might be small, so I'm going to get the wood planks, make a good amount, that should do, and then we'll start. So I'm going to have the front of my house here, and I normally do 1, 2, 3, space for the door, like that. Then I go back a decent amount and across. Oops. I also have a door here for the back door, and then I'll go to here. Then I do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go in like this. And then I have a door here as well. So this is the basic outline for one of my houses. Front door, back door, door to the bedroom or storage room or mine room or whatever. And I normally have a small second floor, but I don't know how big it will be with a house like this, so just start building the walls up now. Hopefully we should have a decent amount of wood to build most of the house before nightfall. And if we're quick about it, we can get in the bed and sleep before any mobs spawn. Which will make things a lot easier with the building of the house. So let's get some more wood here. Oops. Now I usually have windows in the house as well, but I'm making the walls in their entirety first. Just so I don't have holes in the house and no glass to fill them. Which would allow skeletons and other things to damage me. Alright, so we've got the walls. And I'll put the door in. Just one of the doors. Make sure to put your doors in wood or whatever material you're going to have your floors made out of. Stone or whatever. If you were to dig under a door, you would lose, or the door would come out. Just makes an inconvenience. So the sun seems to be setting now. I don't know if this is early enough for me to sleep. No, it's too early still. So what I'll do is I'll just put a little stairwell outside so I have access to the roof when I can resume building tomorrow. So this area is quite good that we've picked here. We've got a big grassy area extending that way, all the wood you need, and sand wherever you need it. So we've got some good sand banks down here that we can use to make windows. And I'm sure there's abundant animals around, and even if there isn't, we can still make vegetables and things. So I'll resume doing the roof and the windows tomorrow, which is now. So let's, oops. So what I would normally do now is just make a flat, almost a fourth row of blocks, but completely over the top. This allows for a good height ceiling on the house. You never want to have a 2-block high house because it looks a bit small, a bit cramped. Okay, we're out of wood now, so this batch is the last. We'll see how far we can get. Might have this bit covered over, but maybe I doubt it. Especially if I keep on making mistakes like this. So definitely I need to go back over there and get some more wood. Well, so we almost did it. So it's not too bad. Let's just run over this way and grab some more wood. So if you're listening now, you can hear one of the new musics. So sort of like a jungle-esque type of music with like steel drums and things like that, which is quite different from the classic piano Minecraft music. I don't know if PC have had this music for ages or if the PlayStation has had it, but I've never heard it before. Music is a bit more varied and fast-paced than the old music. Some of the old stuff is still in there. You can hear cues and motifs from the old music. Some of the same instruments used. After all, it is made by the same person, the same group. Right, so let's just all put this into wood, so we're going to need all of it. Oops, put in another stair here, seeing as it's getting a little taller. We'll fill in this roof and then begin on the other room here. God, more with the mistakes today. While I'm doing this, I'll just say, in my Titanfall VP plays, which came out the other week, I said there might be a Forza 5 VP plays. I'm now doubting whether that will happen because it requires a lot of concentration to play a game like that. So I don't think it's going to make a good video, so I probably won't do it. But we'll see. I might find a way where I can do it and still talk at the same time. But you know, don't hold your breath. So the room layouts that I normally do is I have a sort of kitchen area here, of lack of better words, where I have there would be a chest, then crafting table, and actually normally the chest goes here, so it'd be chest, crafting table and furnace, and then here I have windows. Just 2 window there, and then 1, 2, 3 here. 1 here. I think we can fit a second here as well. 1 here and 1 here. Which just lets a good amount of light in. Even though there are torches, it still does make a good light. And then I normally cover the outside of my house in torches so that it keeps the monsters away. I don't suppose we've got any coal. Yeah, we do. So there we are. Now I'm just going to grab some sand now in order to make the windows. And you really don't need very much. In fact, you need 1 block of glass to make 16 panes. So I only really need 2 blocks at most. So I'll put 1 thing and maybe 2 bits of coal and the sand. And then we'll leave that for a bit, and whilst that's happening I'll make the floor all nice and wood. Don't want a mud floor, grass floor. And make sure you dig under your already placed blocks inside the house and your doorways as well. Luckily for the bed, you can dig under it and it won't come out of place like the doors. Also, another thing about VP plays I should clarify is that all of the ones on 360 that will be coming out in a few weeks were recorded all in one day. So if you ever hear me say things that might sound a little like dated and strange, then it's because the series was still new, and you know, some of those things might have already happened or whatever. But I decided to bring out the Titanfall one early and this one as well, just to keep them up to date. Even though Titanfall has been out a year, it still feels like a new game. So these other doors can go in now. Yeah, that'll do. And then the glass should be done as well. So I got 8 blocks, It's probably a bit of a waste, but you know. Should do us fine. So there, all of the windows are full, all of our doors. We've got a basic, what's appearing to be a house now. But what I'm going to do next is start building the roof of the house, which is the classic triangular shape you probably see on other houses. But in order to do that, I'm going to need a lot more wood. And we've still got a good amount of time in the day, so another visit to the woods is good. See some of the trees that I've already cut down have started dropping apples and saplings. I'll probably end up replanting a lot of these as well. Unfortunately, wooden steps take a lot of wood to create, which is a little annoying seeing as they're less than a block. If you look at them, they've got a quarter of it missing. They're 3/4 of a block. Right, so I'm out on my pickaxe now, my axe, so I'm going to go back now and I'm going to make the roof with my blocks that I've gathered and get a new pickaxe as well. Let's see. Okay, I got my new axe. Right. Just make all that wood into wood planks. Got a decent amount there. And then, not all of it, but most of it, like not even most of it, some of it, maybe a third of it into these wood stairs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan out where it's going to look, where it's going to be. So we're going to have stair here, stair on top of here, and then so on like this. And I'm going to do it each end as well. Sort of like just a guideline of what it's going to look like. And you can see the house is going to come to a point up there. Maybe so it's going to, right, yeah, it's going to be a pointy house this time. I think I've done it one shorter than I normally would, but that doesn't really matter. So it's starting to get dark now, but I should be okay just to finish this off. It's a guideline anyway. Won't be able to do the whole roof. And then for this one it's the same, it's just a little shorter. Have I got any more? Yeah. It's just a little shorter and it's going to merge into this one. So let's make this rest for the night and resume the roof tomorrow. No monsters nearby, I think this is too early for them. Right, so now we've got those guidelines laid out, we can start adding on the stairs. And I'll show you how I'm going to do it. I don't actually need to be on the roof, so... Oop. Yeah, this is a new thing as well that I'm not used to. You have to aim for the bottom half for it to look like stairs, otherwise it'll be upside down and look more like, I'm not really sure, inclines or whatever. And then come up on here, stand on the stairs and just work your way down. It's going to take quite a while this, a lot of wood to cover the whole house, but luckily this is the end of this part, so once you've made all those stair parts then the roof is finished basically. But we can always get more wood. It's a very abundant material here in Minecraft world. Oh, for God's sake. Crouching does help. Doesn't make you fall off anything. So when you do it to the side as well, you got to aim for the bottom block too. Oop. Otherwise it's going to look like that. Not really sure what that's for. I think it's for like bridges and things to make the arches look more circular. If that makes sense. Even though this is Minecraft and there are no circles to be seen. The only thing that's circle is the moon and the shadows of drop blocks. So you just want to do the rows. Right, so here we've got it so the top is reached here. So this actually needs to be cut back, and I'll just start on this side. So it's gonna be flat along here. And I'll just start filling this back room in. This part here won't be a room because it's too small, so how am I going to do this? Looks like we'll have just enough to finish that off. So I'm going to go and get more wood now. This is a lengthy process. Lots of wood is needed. I think this episode may be multiple parts rather than just this one, because I haven't done very much. I'm already at the 40-minute mark or whatever. So I think once I've done the roof, then I'll stop and call this part 1. See, whenever you see one of these sideways blocks, it's a branch. Even though it may not look like it, that's what it is. See, as you look at our house now, it's starting to look a little more like an actual house and less like a wooden stack. Just the stack of blocks. The key thing is not to make too many stairs, otherwise you end up with just spare stairs. And there's going to be no stairs in the house anyway. So, best to make, unlike mining for wood, chopping down wood, it's best to make less than more. Just so you don't overmake them. So we've finished one side. One side is completely done. Just got this other side to go. So yeah, this is what the roof is going to be like. It's going to be... I might actually leave that there, make it look like a chimney. Or I'll just add one onto the side. But I will not use actual fire because this is a wood house. Okay, so the room will be 3 high and 3 wide. And this will eventually be the bedroom where I'll go to sleep every night. And the other room where my bed is now will be a storeroom or a mine room with a hole in the ground that goes down to like a underground hub where there'll be multiple tunnels. It could be a number of things. Okay, so we seem to be rounding this off now, which is good because it's a very lengthy, sometimes boring process, but it's necessary if you want to make a house look good and, you know, use all the space. So you could keep building up and up and up, but just, you know, it wouldn't look like a house. It would look like a wooden skyscraper, which you might want. This is your world. You don't have to make a house like mine. You can make a towering castle, or you can even make a smaller house than this. Looks like we're going to be 2 blocks short. Shouldn't be a problem because we've got plenty of wood. So the sun's coming down now. It's getting to be the evening time. Just putting the final touches on the roof. Now also I'm going to build a little way up here. I don't have enough wood, so the last thing I'm going to do is make some ladders to get up into the roof area, the upstairs room. Ladders also take up a lot of materials too. A lot of sticks. So plenty of wood is a good thing. You need as much as you can. And looks like I'm getting a little hungry here. So I'll just eat up some food I've got. Turns out I haven't got that much left actually now. But as I say, there's probably a lot of animals nearby that I'll be able to use food for. Right. Shouldn't need that many stairs. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and we need just one more. Fortunately, they can't be made for one, so 3 will have to be the number. And we're right in the middle, which is good, so I will block off these extra spaces. Did it again, look. I'm all over the place. Jeez. Okay, now let's put a few torches up here, lighten up the place. Put one there, one there, and I'm going to make a window here. Just stick in a glass pane. And I want to actually see. No, I can't there. So this will be my room. Bedroom, and down here will actually now be a storage room or a mining room or any other room, and stick my bed somewhere in here. And there, a typical house that I make. I expect that in the next part I will do a bit of more mining in Minecraft, and maybe build some farmland to get some food, some sustainable food, hunt some animals, things like that, and then create maybe like a perimeter around the house so that, you know, I'm free from any danger. But overall, we've got a nice looking house, good lot of supplies. So I think I'll call it a day and see if I can sleep. And thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.